Hey guys, I'm just doing a recorded message for legal purposes. So today I talked about on the live reading, and please be patient with me. It's been a long day. I'm tired. I'm actually laying in bed, fixing to go to sleep. But I thought about doing this earlier and I didn't do it. There's a lady that works down in the office here at Home Studio Apartments by Worlds of Fun. And a couple months ago, it's probably been a couple months ago, I actually have a video somewhere on all the hundreds of videos that I have on my channels about thievery and things being said to me about my Dasher card being used when I tried to pay something from that card, and I ended up, many of y'all will remember this, I ended up calling Dasher because they said that they apparently hold a specific amount back from your actual payment to the hotel. I can't remember what they call it now because I'm tired. And anyway, and I ended up calling them and asking them questions about that, stating and telling them that y'all don't have a right to hold anybody's money back, because they stated they had up to like a month or something like that, 20 to 30 days to hold whatever the payment amount offset that you're paying for the merchant and whatever, at hotels and things like that. And my argument is you don't have a right to hold any money back. If I have money on my card, it's there. There's no reason for you to hold any money. But my point is not about that stuff. They eventually gave me my money and stuff like that, and that is wrong of them to do that anywhere. Anyway, this lady, I've had intuition going off about her before, and to the other day, let me go back a couple of days prior to what took place and what I talked about on the live video about going in and paying my monies the other day, and the lady couldn't figure out how to print out the actual just one sheet that I needed. And she was a new person, so I literally people stood there for 20 plus minutes just for one sheet of paper to be printed, because I won't go out of this place or anywhere else without having, I have it on my electronics that I paid, but that ain't good enough. I want paper. And anyway, this lady though that I want to talk about, I don't know, maybe a week or a couple weeks prior to that, I walked in the office. I hadn't seen her in months. Probably hadn't seen her since the Dasher direct situation with that payment months prior. She was there that day, and I think she was there. Well, let me just say, when I walked in, I told her who I was. She knew my room number. I hadn't seen her in months. People hadn't seen her in months. The last time I had talked to her, it was around the transition time where I was on the 3rd floor, and I had came home one day and they were doing stupidness inside of the studio hotel room messing with apparently they were messing with the air conditioner. But when I came home that day, my 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 space was just like shoes were everywhere and pushed under the table, and I have video of what I walked into my space and what I paid for. It's craziness. I hadn't seen her since that time. And for me to walk in a couple of weeks ago, she knew my because I moved from the third floor to the second floor. She knew exactly what room I was in. She stated it. You're in 232, right? She knew who I was. So that indicates to me somebody has already approached her about me. I'm sure it's a government. Maybe she works for a government secret. I don't give a rip. But I'm just recording this for legal purposes because I hadn't seen that woman since that incident. Today, for the second time, when I went down to pay and they were having problems printing out my 1-page receipt, all I needed was, she was able to print me out like from the whole time I was here up until today's payment, but it stopped at the last payment. And it should have printed today's payment, but it didn't. It stopped at the last payment and the departure date for today's date, instead of showing today's date included for the next departure date that I paid for. It wasn't there. Whether the woman knew about it or they kept it from her or didn't show her how to do the print. I don't know how freaking hard the printout is. Obviously, when I go in to get a printout for every appointed time that I've paid for the next departure, it does take a minute for the computer to download things and then print, but the person that's normally behind the desk is able to give me my printed out one sheet, not the whole freaking 50 billion pages since I've been here since I think it's June. And now I've got several printed out documents from the date that I was here until that printed out time that it's happened a couple different times now. But she printed out all these pages. And I was like, well, none of these pages show the actual page that I need that show the departure date after the fact that I've paid for today for my departure date time. So I don't know if she's playing a game with me or if she really was genuine and didn't know or they kept it from her. I don't know. But the lady that I just spoke to you about that knew my apartment number, hotel number, and the stupidness that went on with that whole switching of apartments to the third floor to the second floor. And by the way, when I did switch to the second floor, as many of y'all know, it's been recorded even on live messages that I've done on YouTube, which is locked by now. But for any purposes that I need to unlock that or let somebody in that is upright in any legal way to know that I've got recorded evidence. That energy, my God, I totally forgot what I was fixing to say. Give me just a second. I don't even remember where I was going with that. I'm so freaking tired. Give me just a second, folks. It'll come back to me if it needs to. But this specific woman that I'm trying to put attention to, when I was down there this morning, waiting for that just one document to be printed that the new person couldn't print out again after just a couple of days ago had that same problem. We finally figured out on Saturday that She was able to get it printed out. She called another location, couldn't get it figured out, whatever. I began to talk about my situation, and begin to talk about the government, and I know what's going on, and for 4 years I've been targeted, and now this craziness, and this isn't just by chance, this stupidness going on. Now whether that new person knew about all that stuff or not, I don't care. I know behind the scenes what's going on, and I know I can prove it because of what took place after that, and this is the whole reason why I'm even doing this video. I begin to talk about all the stupidness we know a couple days prior on some videos that you people that absolutely know that I went and posted inside my hotel window a poster that I printed about the police and the FBI and the murders of my grandchildren were stuck in the poster with that poster inside my window was there. And after I had done that, all this craziness started. Is that a coincidence? No, it's not a coincidence. After this new person could not print again that just that one specific page that I needed. It printed every single thing that I needed except for that one specific page. She was trying to get a hold of other locations, and oh, I'm so sorry, you know, she's in some type of a situation or with another customer or in a meeting, it changed, whatever it was. Can I just write it down? I was like, no, I need to print it out. I need to print it out. And I began to talk about the FBI and the police and the dirty cop. There was a black guy that had walked in that office while that was going on. I don't give a rip what people think about me. And nobody gives a rip about the truth. I'm going to blast it. You people are crazy to me. And I'm going to get up and you want crazy, I'll give you crazy truth. And I was going off about it. For 4 years I've been messed with, and the cops and the FBI this, and it ain't right that my babies got murdered, and it ain't right that they got sacrificed. And that lady behind the desk said, no, it's not right. So that, whether she knew it or not, she was she was agreeing and disagreeing with the things that I was saying about how wrong that was. You know, agreeing that it was wrong and disagreeing, you know, that cops shouldn't do that or whatever. That made me feel like maybe she did know, but if she didn't, her conscience at least was showing me that she was an upright person to even say what she said, to agree with what was being said. Right after that, I told the people in the office, let me just get on one of my platforms here and talk to the FBI. And that's when I did my little FBI little quick, you know, spoon chit chat. Hey, FBI. And I was telling you guys what was going on about my little receipt, and I wasn't going to go nowhere and all that kind of stuff. Right after I did that spoon little chit chat, which you guys block so that nobody could hear, I guess. Here come that specific person that I was talking about prior to all this, knew my room number. She got long hair. I don't know what her name is. I didn't know that was her at first. But the person at the desk finally got up because we heard somebody coming in the back door and, you know, clicking on the computer there. Now, let me just reiterate and remind what the Most High stated the day before, that somebody had been caught on somebody's computer and all that kind of stuff, and it would be returned to its former condition, all that kind of stuff. And so here come this lady in. I knew it was her because I heard her voice eventually. I knew who it was that was there. The lady that was sitting behind the counter, she got up because she heard somebody coming through the door, because I had at one time asked her, is there anybody back in the back that can help you figure out how to print this? And she said no, but there was somebody back there. I don't know who that person was at that time, but she said no, that person couldn't help. But after I did the little FBI spoon announcement, finally within, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes, here comes that lady that I prior was talking about, clickety on She didn't say nothing. We just heard her come in. She was clickety-clicking on the computer in the back. All of a sudden, she printed something. And the lady at the desk that couldn't figure out the printing, she had went into that room and she tried to say good morning to the person. The person wouldn't even answer her. Isn't that nice? Isn't she sweet? Isn't she a nice human being? Anyway, somebody contacted her apparently to print out my sheet. That other lady that was behind the desk that walked back there to try to say good morning, all that, whatever. She was just real quiet and whatever, standoffish. I could see her, but I couldn't see that lady that I was prior talking about. But now I know that was her there, clickety clicking. She just prints out my sheet. That's odd. That's odd. You mean she just came in behind the scenes, clickety click? Yes, because she got the F.B.I. attention spoon announcement to go the crap in there and to print my stuff. Okay, who paid that person? That person has a little kid. I've seen that person's little kid in the office before. If that person has been blackmailed, because apparently she's done some stuff to me. I've gotten on my channel before and have actually have said some stuff about thievery with her when that Dasher Direct crap was going on. Okay, whatever that connection is with her, she needs to be addressed. She needs to be questioned. Okay, whoever has obviously contacted her, you need to go down to the office, just print out the dang sheet, whatever, because it happened like minutes right after I did my spoon chit chat. People, I'm not playing your game. You are going to do me right. The Most High is going to continue to unravel every little stupidness and stand you in front of the whole congregation with your little 7 abominations in your heart and let everybody see your stupidness and every single person that you have connected yourself to do some stupidness. Okay? Let whoever's done the nasty be exposed and you people be let free and find grace by me, or else keep on going. Just go on and keep on going doing your stupidness. Lose your kids, lose your homes, lose your jobs, lose your cars, because eventually the Most High just continues to just let karma just come to you over and over. People begin to hiss at you. People begin to see what you really are. But you have a chance for divine grace. But if you don't want it, I guess you don't want it. You're crazy. You're crooked. You are more than crooked. You're cursed. You're filthy. You're dirty. But that's up to you. Okay? Everybody can have a chance to turn on the freaking freaks and the wicked party that's involved in the stuff, everybody be set free by me, because I'm a graceful person. I want the root of the problem here, and the people that are at the root taken care of, eaten by the freaking dogs because of Jezebels and the freaking frogs, and when they open their mouth secretly, it's nothing but stupidness. They're the tail, is what they are. Or you can go ahead and just play your games with the freaks and the slippery communication and stupid secrets, and every single time the Most High just going to bring it out anyway. And you can think that you're higher than the Most High, and you will be standing there naked and ashamed, and that's your own fault because I gave you a chance for some grace in my situation. So if you love your kids and your family and your career and your job, you won't be afraid of these freaks, and you'll stand up. And God, I think I'm going to stand up for righteousness and uprightness, truth's sake, and deny you. And don't come by my business, my home, my family. I'm not threatened by you. If you're dirty, we're going to call you dirty. Get out of my way and stand in a place where you really will war and roar against this stuff. And I pray that the Most High give you a shield, because He will, if you'll do it the way He wants you to. Whoever that woman though is involved in this stuff at the hometown studios, if you're at the sound of my voice, you're in judgment right now. And I know you got a little kid, and if they came to you and said, if you do this, we're going to do this to your kid. Well, if you don't do something upright, your child's in danger, honey. Your child's in danger. because you won't do the upright thing. But if you're gone and you're cursed and whatever, and you don't give a rip, and you're setting your kid up because you want to go through the fire, then regardless, then you're going to be judged at the end of it, the thing anyway. Because I don't know anything about you, but the Most High does. And you got a choice. And every person involved in this thing, they got a choice. So you do what you feel like you got to do, folks. You do what you feel like you freaking got to do. But whoever that woman is, she is connected to somebody in the position to do what she was not happy. I could tell the atmosphere when she walked in. She wasn't happy that she had to come down there and print out my sheet. I don't care about you. I care about truth and uprightness. I've not done one thing to anybody. This whole process, it's all been done to me. And that's a fact, and let Jehovah Elohim be my witness, because he does know it. He does know the truth. So go ahead and live the lie and be damned, or get up and do the truth. And the people who won't turn to the uprightness, and you will, let them be eaten by the dogs. Let them go to the frickin' zoo and go down to the pit, and let their own stupid stone be rolled upon them, and let them get what they deserve. Or you're also going to be on that side, because eventually it's going to take place with you too. Okay? I just want this said and recorded for legal purposes in the heavens, not this realm. It will play out in this realm eventually. And it's up to y'all what you want to do. But the Most High's government's here and far beyond this realm. That's really the only government that I care about. Do what you feel like you got to do. This is recorded evidence from Shannon Elaine Hensley.